Hey, it's Mike Brennan. We're doing another one of our special Sparks and Recreation video interviews, and this one is with Elizabeth Becker, who's the CEO and president of HiBnb. Now, I've known Elizabeth for a couple of years, interviewed her previously, but I think probably you should update your story, Elizabeth, and tell folks exactly what it is HiBnb does. Take it away.
HiBnb is a booking engine for cannabis-friendly accommodations, events, and experiences. So for cannabis-friendly accommodations, what that means is that our first promise to guests is that there will be somewhere where consumption is permitted, either inside or outside of the unit. Consumption is permitted, so you won't be asked to leave or have any complaints. And our second promise to guests is the access to the legal sale of cannabis. So there's a dispensary that delivers close by who partners with us, or the host, if they want, can share their own personal property cannabis with their guests. So in that case, the guest arrives and the cannabis is sitting there and waiting. And we also ticket events and experiences, classes, just like Eventbrite. So think of it as a combination between Airbnb and Eventbrite, but for the cannabis community.
So for the business to business crowd, then what you're really looking for are uh, Airbnbs or whatever they're called, that would want to partner with you, or maybe would rooms for rent kind of thing, would that apply to, or would that be different?
Absolutely. It can be a room in somebody's house. It can be a basement suite. It can be a house all on its own. It can be a cabin. So it's entirely up to the host to indicate what they want in order to, invite our cannabis community to consume with dignity and comfort when they travel.
And of course, also the other thing you'd like to partner with is Michigan-based cannabis provisioning centers, dispos as we call them here. So that would be the other reason that folks in those in the dispos would want to reach out to you, right?
Yeah, we want to partner with dispensaries and also brands because, in effect, the property owner or property host becomes a brand ambassador where they can recommend certain brands and they can facilitate the sale through our dispensary partnerships.
All right, let's bring in your Chief Marketing Officer now, Drew Farwell. Go ahead and unmute there, Drew. And so let's talk. Why don't you talk about what the marketing pluses and advantages would be to working with, excuse me, HiBnb?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I mean, one of the best things to do is hop on, HiBnb and get directly in front of, your cannabis market. Advertising is, as many people in the industry know, is really limited in the cannabis industry. There's a lot of regulations. You can't put billboards certain places. You can't advertise on certain websites or with certain, platforms like Google or something like that and Facebook. And so HiBnb allows you to effectively hop right in here. We allow advertising on the site, but more so if you're a brand, you can create really immersive experiences within the platform. And so if you have a house or a property, you can create a branded house that people can go and interact with. Dispensaries get to hop right on and get in front of a really actually a captive audience that they don't normally have the ability to capture without, using some of these other platforms. And so, what we really like to say is we capture the canna curious. We've got a lot of people who are traveling and want to experience what the unique culture of let's say in Michigan, what the cannabis culture looks like there. What's the cannabis culture look like in Detroit, in Ann Arbor, up north in the winter, and so you get to go in there and get a look and feel for that one, which could be very different than California, Canada, and that's something that, only HiBnb can really offer if you're, a cannabis brand or, a dispensary or something like that.
All right, and certainly in Michigan, well, you mentioned Ann Arbor, where I'm based. It's a city of 125,000. We have 40 dispensaries in this town, and we're only 50 miles from the Ohio border. Ohio just joined us with adult legal. Well, maybe their legislature is still fighting over that. But that's one of the big things. Within 50 miles of the Michigan border, no matter where it is around the mitten, we get a lot of traffic coming in from Indiana, especially Indiana, because, that red state ain't going to do nothing in cannabis. but they come across the border from South Bend and hit Southwest Michigan and spend hundreds of dollars. So I mean, we're a big we're becoming a bigger cannabis tourism state. And so that's one of the things we're trying to do with Sparks and Rec is make it simpler, easier for folks to find out when they come here if they're interested in finding some cannabis or cannabis-friendly lounging or anything along those lines. We'll try to, point them in the right direction. Any other closing comments you want to make before we end this interview?
Yeah, I mean, I'll hop right in. One of the things that we're excited about, the mitten of Michigan, is that it's really kind of a really dynamic state. You like you said, you're surrounded by red, and so it's become kind of a beacon in the north for people to come in and see what the recreational and adult use cannabis market looks like. And so it's a really cool place to see for us, how that tourism market grows and how they interact in a state that is legal. And so we've got a bunch of really cool properties that have been on board, and we're working with some property managers that are getting we've got a spot in Detroit that's coming on board, a really cool loft. We've got someone who's uploading a 250 acre pot farm up north that you can actually stay on. I think we do have accommodations in Ann Arbor, Detroit right now, and up north. So I mean, if you're in the state right now, or if you're looking to hop into Michigan for the holidays, like definitely take a look and book one if you haven't booked something yet. There's definitely some availability still in some of these spots, and more so if you're in Michigan and you've this sounds like a great opportunity for you. This is something to hop on. We'll help you out and get a piece of this market. This is something that we created, and we're really excited about Michigan, and so we're really happy that you had us on, Mike. This is something that we've been invested in for a while here in Michigan. So yeah, I mean, happy holidays. Hop in here and give it a try.
All right. And so to give it a try, where do they go, Drew? Take it away.
So HiBnb.us, HiBnb US is going to be your market. There's a little build an accommodation button right on the website. We make it really easy for you. If you've ever listed an Airbnb before, there it is. It's kind of the same uploading process, but you'll have a little more fun because there's a lot of cannabis questions that you get to build your profile with. So go to town, make a fun title and thing there. And then if you're looking to book something, you can go right on the site and search, type in Michigan, and you'll see the properties pull right up. We've got experiences on there as well that you can go check out. I'm looking at the map right now. Michigan's mainly loaded with cool places to stay. So go find a spot that's perfect for you or your crew and give it a try there.
All right. Well, thanks very much for joining us today on our Sparks and Recreation video update.